Hi, well, we've gotten to the place in our courses where we're going to now talk about probably the most soulful or spiritual aspect of all of these courses. Although, as I've said before and will say again, in order to really understand spiritual recovery, you really have to go to another part of this website under abuse trauma recovery, where you can see under the 13 courses offered for abuse and trauma recovery, where there's one specifically related to spiritual recovery. And the reason I didn't include spiritual recovery in this collection is that there are a lot of organizations that are in support of you being here, and not everybody's in agreement on spirituality, and I didn't want to step on any toes. But nonetheless, inner peace is like being inside your state of being. It is a soulful, maybe spiritual, but definitely psychological, mental, emotional presence with yourself. Now, what you realize in all of these classes on inner peace is that inner peace actually needs to be practiced. And it needs to be practiced so you can be available for those spontaneous, peaceful moments. Because if you're not practiced in shifting into inner peace, you can't even experience the wonderful inner peace moments. And then also, you want to practice creating inner peace. And if you can create an inner peace, then it's like in the middle of trauma and tragedy, you can actually slip into that space when you need to, which preserves your mind, your emotions, your body, your identity, and also makes it so that you don't enter into compassion fatigue or into professional burnout so quickly. You're managing the stress of your body's and personal reaction to actual stress going on around you. But in order to do that, you actually have to practice it. And it's no different than, let's say, you're taking up a sport. Let's choose tennis. You have to practice the forehand, the backhand, the move, and you have to practice everything over and over again in order to be able to show up for a game. You even have to practice playing with an opponent. There's that whole idea that in the presence of your life, you practice shifting into inner peacefulness, and you also practice into showing up for when inner peacefulness is available to you. But you have to practice it. So at those times when it's really stressful, you know how to summons it to make your game a better game. Whether you're at home in the chaos of children, or you're dealing with traffic, or you're in the horrors of the ER, or the intensive care unit, you want to be able to know how to summons inner peace when you need it. And that's what these classes are all about. They are among my favorite, and I have written a book called Own Your Peace: KISS Method for Inner Peaceful Living. And it's one of my favorite books that when I reread it, and it's filled with, well, like almost 1,000 different tools on inner peaceful summonsing, inner peaceful creation, being in the states of inner peace. And there's lots of different states of inner peace. That's one of my favorite books to read because it reminds me to practice being there, even if other aspects of my life are not peaceful. It's a reminder. And sometimes, even if we know how to do this, it's a nice reminder. You'll also notice that the meditations on this particular set of classes are very geared towards summoning, triggering that inner peace. And you can use these audios at any time, in any place, as long as you're not driving or dealing with heavy equipment, when you just need to capture 10 minutes of inner peace. So you're not left on your own and your own imagination. You actually can shift in inner peace with the use of those audios as well. And then the next class, of course, is self therapies, where you're on your own devices. Okay, enjoy learning all about being in your inner peaceful state.